I used to think about discrimination and stereotypes in a much different way, or rather, I guess, I didn't really think about it at all. I would make assumptions about people without even thinking about it, purely subconsciously, based on stereotypes that I had grown up hearing. For example, if I was in a grocery store walking around getting in the checkout aisle and I saw a big beefy guy with a ton of tattoos and wearing chains and biker boots, I'd probably instantly think that he was some sort of gang member and I should steer clear. In reality, the guy could be some nursing home worker who spends his free time in a soup kitchen and caring for orphans in Albania when he's not looking after his grandmother. But I would instantly assume negative things about him because his appearance would match every thug in cartoon television ever that I watched while growing up. After taking sociology, I've been trying to stay more conscious and observant about the assumptions that my brain makes and I make subconsciously. Then I try to decide why I made that assumption and disregard it if it has no basis. I would glance at a person wearing expensive, nice clothes and I would automatically assume they were a snob. Or I would see somebody older, elderly, and assume that they were mentally unstable, maybe dementia, Alzheimer's, or just a little bit loopy in general. I have a very embarrassing example of this that actually turned out okay in the end that happened at my church. About 4 years ago, I was at church and there was this very old woman sitting in front of me. I hadn't seen her before, and I, being a weird 11-year-old, assumed she was senile and lonely and that the woman sitting next to her was a caretaker or something. So I rubbed her shoulder, trying to be kind, not even realizing that she was completely mentally stable and very bright. After church, I spoke to her and I realized my mistake and was absolutely mortified. But she laughed it off and I made a great new friend. Marilyn is a good friend of mine to this day, though I haven't seen her a lot lately due to coronavirus, and she's become sort of an honorary grandmother and a contributing reason why I try to not assume things about people based on stereotypes, even though it turned out well in that case. Sociology class has made me more aware about how often I subconsciously assume things about people without even bothering to think about how the assumption has no basis. I try harder to maintain impartiality when meeting a new person because of sociology class, to make sure that I'm not allowing any stereotypes to contribute or filter my view into how I view them as a person, but rather focus on their personality and beliefs and try to analyze those. I think that this is definitely a very large problem in today's society that people may not even realize, and television is a huge factor for this. For instance, if you look at kids' television shows, Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network, most of the nerdy kids will be wearing glasses and ugly clothing, probably a bit heavier. Teachers are almost always, pretty much the devil along with principals, and popular kids are normally blonde, white, and mean. We subconsciously pick up these stereotypes without even realizing it, and it filters our vision of the world, so we go into different scenarios with preconceived ideas about the people we will encounter and haven't even met yet. Sociology has helped me be more conscious about the assumptions I make in this way, and I hope I'll continue to improve.